A while ago, I talked about some of my most memorable VHS logos, overanalyzing and interpreting them in all kinds of stupid ways. For some strange reason, I find that an amusing thing to do, because honestly, that's what it was like as a kid. Your brain would be working overtime on all the weird stuff that nobody else paid attention to. But there are so many logos out there, one video just isn't enough. So let's dive right into the nostalgia pool and pick apart even more of these things in ridiculous detail. Well, this is always a good way to start, with an epic 90s laser show reflected in someone's eyeball. It's like a journey into the mind of an insane maniac, someone who can only think about robot eagles that shoot lasers from their eyes. It's pretty immersive, and that synth music just reeks of the past. I love all these old logo fanfares, that just sounds you wouldn't hear anywhere else. Truly a product of their time. Uh-oh, Colton again. Of course I already talked about their terrifying cinema logo, but the music here has a bit of an eerie quality as well. It's like a hint of the true torture that awaited you on the big screen. If that logo was Colton Hell, then I guess this is more like Colton Purgatory? Still, I always liked this one. Whenever I see this, all I can think of is watching Peter Rabbit or something. And later on, they did replace this one with a much sunnier logo to make up for all the childhood trauma they inflicted on us. So I guess this one is like Colton Heaven? This is another one I've talked about before, but it bears repeating just how cosmic and funky it is. The music and visuals just have that instant feeling of being tucked up in bed, watching tapes in the dark. Something about these VHS logos always felt so much cozier than anything you'd see on DVD. Watching them was a much more relaxing experience, and I must have lost count of how many times I'd fall asleep to something like this. VHS tapes were the true lullabies. This has to be one of the most famous VHS logos, and anyone who grew up around this time will instantly recognise it. It's just so bright and colourful that whenever you saw this as a kid, you'd always get excited. Because with Disney VHS tapes, it wasn't just about seeing the movie, it was that full experience of getting all those trailers, adverts, and other goodies as well. Whenever I hear that music and the silky voice of John Sachs, it still puts a smile on my face. You can keep your shiny DVD logo, this is the Disney I know and love.
Coming soon from Disney Videos.
Here's a logo straight from the bowels of the 80s, when the only CGI you could afford was a pool full of burning acid. It's so wonderfully tasteless, and immediately puts you in mind of watching some cheap movie your mum bought you from the charity shop up the road. With these more obscure companies, you always knew something was up from the moment you'd see those trippy logos. You could just tell you were watching a rip-off. But despite how dated it looks, it's crazy to think that they used this logo all the way up until 2003. Now that's saving money. I love this one so much, I just have to talk about it again. First Independent was another one of those obscure video companies, and I can't see this without thinking about the Tom and Jerry movie or watching the Wombles. This logo has one of the most epic themes ever, like the sound of trickling water, followed by a 90s attack on your senses. There's something very immersive about it. Watching a lot of these logos gives me a weird ASMR feeling, like I'm being sucked back to another time in a bizarre mental out-of-body experience. It's like the only way you can truly enjoy time travel. This is when I'd rewind all the time just so I could see it again. I think I must have had SLS back then. Severe logo syndrome. Guild Home Video is another one of my favourite VHS companies, and the theme here is truly glorious. It's just unashamedly of the time, and I love it for that. The animation is pretty basic, but later on they up the atmosphere with an edgier logo instead, with an empty director's chair floating in the void of eternal darkness. Whose chair is that though, and why is no one sitting in it? I guess we'll never know. I guess it wouldn't be a logo video without a spooky one, eh? I always hated this one as a kid. It's bad enough it starts off with a deafening lightning strike, but then you get this creepy painting staring into your soul. Like, what's with this eye looking right at you? I don't approve of it. Like, it makes sense when you're watching a horror movie, but Thomas the Tank? Actually, never mind, that tape was pretty horrific. This is perfect. Polygram, one of the all-time great video companies, but wow, their logos were weird. This is one that just feeds off the advantage of darkness, and by that, I mean that when you put in a videotape, there'd always be that extended period of silence at the beginning, while you waited through a pitch-black screen and all the copyright stuff. There was something ever so slightly creepy about it, and just when you think you're safe, that's when they blast you with that horrendous sound effect. Where did that come from? What is that sound anyway? Is it Mr. Polygram charging up his laser cannon? For a logo that just has 2 words and a red line, it definitely sticks out in my memory. But then Polygram just loved attacking you with weird 90s sounds. At the time, they also had a side division for budget tapes called Forefront Video, where the logo just blows up right in front of your face. I kind of like it. Vision Video put out a lot of tapes of stand-up comedy during the 90s, so if you were a young Lee Evans fan, you might recognise this one. It doesn't feel very comedic though, with 3 giant spikes of electrical death rising up to zap you with 1,000,000 volts. What kind of sick death trap is this? It's like a mad scientist experiment gone horribly wrong. Yeah, hilarious. I can't think of a better way to finish off than with VCI, short for Video Collection International. They used to release tapes of just about anything back then, though I mostly remember them for preschool shows like Brum. Remember him? And I mean the original Brum, not the one where everyone's dancing around like crazy lunatics. VCI had one of the most epic logos around. It's just pure atmosphere from start to finish, with spinning letters right in your face, because that's the type of thing you find amusing when you're 3 years old. I mean, the setting is a bit dark and eerie, but it's sort of enjoyable at the same time. Like, where is this supposed to be? The lost dimension of domes? Actually, it always reminded me of the Parcel Force logo. Yeah, Parcel Force. Parcel Force.
Parcel Force! We will get this package to you! Fuck off!
And what's with the red orb in the middle? It's like a creepy eye watching you or something. I feel like if I spend too long staring at this thing, I'll be trapped in here with all these logos forever. Well, that does it for another round of VHS logos. Like I said, watching these really is like a weird form of time travel. They take you right back to a certain time and place. They just have a special sound and texture that can't be replicated. It's like ASMR for nostalgia addicts like myself. So, what was your favourite logo from this list? Let me know in the comments. And if you still feel like I missed out on some, you can suggest even more for pointless analysis next time. Thanks for watching, and look out for more reviews coming soon.
Odyssey.